Welcome to a mansion built in honor of Fruits Basket characters. The shell that I'm using for this video is from Lil Simsy. It is her Pinterest mansion if you'd like to check it out. And we are jumping in with Ioma for the kitchen. If you're wondering how I picked which character would have which room, I used pickerwheel.com. I just had two wheels going, but for Ioma, I wanted this room to be really regal, full of pageantry and flair, so we have all of the gold details on the kitchen appliances and on the countertops, this very fancy wallpaper, and I tried to get furniture that also had that kind of air of theater to it, because we all know that Ioma is a very, very dramatic character. Also, I'll try not to give out any spoilers, but I am caught up on season 1 and 2, so keep that in mind while you're watching. Next up, Kaisa is designing the dining room. A lot of time doing this challenge, sometimes I was like, the room is the character, and sometimes I was thinking more like, the character is building the room. And I thought that Kaisa would feel like she was under a lot of pressure if she was making a dining room for the whole zodiac, especially with the banquets with Akido, but she's also a little kid, so there'd definitely be some really fun and cutesy things in this room, and I just imagine Toru helping her design it, and just wanting little Kaisa to be happy and enjoy putting together this space. So there's lots of little animals, and there's balloons on the wall, and it's built for a kid. Next up, Ritsu is designing the downstairs bathroom. I was really excited that Ritsu got a bathroom for his assigned room because his parents run that onsen that we see early on in season 1, so I thought that I would use some items that remind me of onsens to decorate this room. So we have the shower and the toilet from Snowy Escape, and I think that the cabinets are from Snowy Escape as well, and I tried to keep the color scheme similar to the kimonos that we see Ritsu in. I think a lot of times they are in a green kimono with little like pink or white flowers, so I had that in mind while I designed this room. It's nothing too fancy, but I think it turned out really nice. I don't know if this is a controversial take, but Momiji is my absolute favorite character in Fruits Basket, so I was really excited to make a living room designed in his style. I thought it would have to be a really fun space. I know that he really cares a lot about Toru, so I incorporated the yellows of like his character design in with the pinks of Toru's character design, and it's an all-around really fun, vibrant space. I thought about how like he brings them all on vacations. He urges them to go out and do things, like the time that they visited the mall to see the haunted house, and I just thought that Momiji would have a very inclusive space for the living room with lots of cute items and stuff to do. How fitting is it that our most nurturing character got placed with the nursery room? Toru is the character for this room, and it is very pink, and I had her put lots and lots of toys in the room. I knew that that would be something that she would want in a nursery. She would want the kid to have everything, and of course I put a cat plushie in there as well, and a big sofa for someone to watch over the kid and make sure that they're okay, because in so many episodes when she's watching the younger kids, she's staying nearby them, especially when they're like staying overnight somewhere. And I thought that this room turned out really, really simple, but really sweet. Now that we have done rooms for two of the sweetest characters, it is time to make a more sinister room. This is Akido's room. It is the master bedroom of the house. There is a lot of sophistication to it, lots of deep colors, expensive furniture. So we have this nice canopy bed, and then on the far end of the room I decided to put a little sitting area for Akido to sit in a chair and moodily stare out the window. And I finally add a few bits of art, things that just seem kind of depressing, like this one Machino stuff silhouette, and a few cherry blossoms here and there because we do see those on the Soma estate. Our noble Prince Yuki was assigned the master bathroom, and I bet you guys know what's coming here. Of course, the Sea of Despair. It has to be very sloppy, but other than that, I tried to use colors that match his character design, so lots of pale blues and white colors, And yeah, I just found lots of clutter items and just filled the space up. Doubly so because I imagine that if this was for Akido's master bedroom, of course Yuki would want it to be a dump. He really can't stand Akido, so it definitely makes sense to me. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. And now we are doing a hallway for Shigure, and he is my least favorite character. Oh, I don't know where to start, but let me just say that I am a dog person. I love dogs, so when I first read the manga and watched the shows, I was like really excited to like this character, and then I just personally did not like him. I'll leave it at that. I won't give anything else away about him. He's just Shigure, you know? Instead, I'll use this time to plug some of my other Fruits Basket videos. I did a Momiji painting, and I also unboxed the Yuki and Kyo Kotobuka figurines, so those videos are linked down below if you're interested. Kyo was assigned to the office, and I'll be honest, he does not seem like the type of guy that would care to use an office, so it became a bit of a multi-use space. Of course, there is an office element. You can see the 2 desks at the window. The one I figured he would be hopeful that Toru would use, so I end up putting like a nice little framed photo of a flower there with her in mind. And otherwise, all of his sporting equipment is in here, things that he might use at the dojo, so a punching bag and a weightlifting machine. And then I used the tiny living pack to add a pull-down bed so that if Sensei were to visit this house, he would have a place to stay, because I see Kyo as just a really kind character. Moving on to the upstairs of the house, this bathroom is designed in Haru's image, so lots of black and white. I make it kind of punk and edgy because that's his style as well, and I use this like red light mirror to show like when he gets into that rage mode. I think they call him Black Haru, but I picture the color red, I guess. But yeah, it is a really cool little room, and you'll get to see I make Rin's room next door to his in just a moment. I tried to add some graffiti to the walls, and I think I left that little cow tin up there above the door. We'll see. I'll do a tour at the end. The next room is a small room, but this half bath is definitely suitable for Hanajima to sit in and paint her nails black. I used these more intricate toilet and sink to get that kind of gothic element, but I used this silly bat wallpaper because she just kind of has fun scaring people, and it seemed like a fun thing to add. I definitely was looking really hard for some black and white types of art, and I did put this sad, solitary looking man playing the piano. I do feel like she's a bit of a lonely character. I'm really glad that she has Toru and Arisa, but otherwise she's a bit of a loner, you know? So I thought that it was a nice little addition. Next up, we have the Toddler Room made in Hiro's image. And outside of this character having temper tantrums because Kaisa is paying more attention to Toru than him, I see him as a pretty practical and minimal character. So the room, it has all the things that it needs, but it is not too crazy. The design is very plain. I use lots of beige colors for it. And yeah, I was kind of excited to get the toddler room for Hiro because he has a younger sibling on the way, and I could just picture him being asked to take part in designing that room, and he would make sure that everything that the kid needs is there, but you know, Hiro's a kid himself, he probably would want to go do other things, so it is not a crazy design. Next up, for the double bedroom, we are making this for Kagura. At first I thought about using an orange palette because she loves Kyo so much, but I ended up deciding to do a lighter toned room because a lot of times she dresses in clothes that are kind of toned down, nothing too vibrant or crazy, which I think is what makes people so surprised when she is so angry and violent. But as you can see, there's definitely little elements of cat in this room. We have banners and tiles from the Snowy Escape pack, and it's pretty cute. For the single bedroom next door, we have Hattori, the poor guy. all by his lonesome. I ended up adding lots of like medical equipment from the Get to Work pack for his room, because I figured even if this was like a vacation house for the Somas, he'd probably still bring his work with him. I mean, there's always somebody that's going to get hurt and need medical care. Yeah, so the room is pretty simple because I was thinking of clinics, but I did add some vases from Island Living that kind of give this ocean vibe that fit really well with the fact that he is the seahorse. Well, the dragon, but yeah, I like this one. 14 characters down, 3 more to go at this point. I am getting a little bit tired, but this room turned out really neat. It is a hobby room designed with Rin in mind, and I don't know, I had a hard time thinking about like what she would want in a hobby room because she's like so troubled and so sad that like she doesn't have time for a hobby. What would she do for fun? So I did put a microphone for screaming into, a pumpkin carving station, and a bar, because I just picture her hanging out there. And yeah, it is a really neat, edgy little room, similar to Haru's, similar to Akido's, but not quite the same as either of them. Alright, here comes a really cool art wall. For the landing, I did this room in Arisa or Uotani's style, and I found as many red items as I could and put them on the wall. At first I was going to use a butterfly painting because of her admiration for Toru's mom, the red butterfly, but this seemed more fitting instead. So basically you come up the double staircase and the first thing that you would see is all of these really intense posters and decals and things, and I thought that it really suits her very bold, very loud and honest personality. And I did some lighting in here too, but it's also very moody and puts attention back on that art wall. Last but not least, Kureno was assigned the yard. He is a man of tradition and honor, so I can only imagine him trying to landscape this and hide the chaos that is happening inside. So I make this really like elegant backyard with some like long ponds, and I put some like sand into, I use a lot of stuff from Snowy Escape for this to make sand circles and things. Because he's a guy that's kind of about appearances, and I mean, at the same time, I don't think he's a bad person or anything. I think he cares, and because of that I put a big like communal barbecue center, but otherwise it is a very regal exterior. And finally, photos of the final product. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had so much fun bringing each of these rooms to life with my favorite characters from my favorite anime of all time. If you liked this video, be sure to like it and check out some of my other videos as well. I make a lot of pop culture creative content. Lately, I have been really into papercraft. I've made 100 Pokemon out of paper, and if you're into that, be sure to check it out. If you're normally someone that watches my papercraft videos and was confused by this video, thank you so much for sticking around till the end. Take care, guys. Bye!